Hey guys, welcome into the show. Glad you're with us today. Happy Tuesday. It is December 30th. It is New Year's Eve, if you want to call it that. We're here on Tuesday, rocking and rolling. Yeah, it's cold today. Not as cold as it was yesterday, believe it or not. At the same time yesterday, today was about 13 degrees warmer. That's right, 13 degrees. So I don't want to hear anybody complaining about it being cold today because it's not as bad as it was yesterday. Yeah, okay, Vic. Art City Now is here. I'm Vic Faust, producer Rise here. 855-282-8255. We are your Lou Information Station. We are live and on demand at louinfo.com. All things St. Louis all the time, plus the other stories that are making headlines around the country and anything else. It's kind of a hodgepodge when it comes to this time of year. Not a lot of news going on, not a lot of stories during the Christmas break, during the holiday break, as New Year's Eve approaches, New Year's Eve tomorrow night. But we have been opening it up. I know lots of people like to listen in the mornings. They don't get involved as much. But if you want to get involved and talk about New Year's Eve plans, do you go out? Do you stay in? Is it just another day of the year? You tell me. Is it one year you do something and the next year you don't? Those things are all for you. You can let us know how you feel about that. Anyway, we're here to talk about that. Blues action from last night. Also, the rest of the schedule that they have for the week. Blues did not win last night. We'll talk about some New Year's events that are going on in the St. Louis area for tomorrow night as well. There was an NFL game last night. We've got that. Flights have been, airport action over at Lambert's been pretty decent. We'll talk about some of the cities with the highest population now and where those trends appear to be going when it comes to our country from that standpoint. Of course, anything else you guys want to jump in on, we love it when you do that. The other thing, too, we got college football bowl games today and games during the day, believe it or not. And when I say day, I mean, late afternoon and so forth. Some interesting things. For example, you've got, who is that playing in that? Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that one already played. It's Monday. Okay. Sorry about that. We got that going on. I was talking about today. This was from yesterday, unfortunately. So we've got that. Plus, we'll let you know the top area hospitals, according to Forbes, when it comes to the St. Louis area, which is very, very interesting. So we'll jump into all these things. In Missouri, the St. Louis area top rated hospitals, each with 4 or 5 stars overall, and in no particular order. It was very interesting. Parkland Healthcare down in Farmington, Parkland Health Center, Mercy in St. Louis, MOBAP, Missouri Baptist Medical Center, of course, in St. Louis, and then St. Luke's Hospital in Chesterfield. Over on the Illinois side, you had St. Louis's area's top Metro East hospitals. You've got Memorial Hospital in Belleville and Alton Memorial in Alton, Illinois. So that's where they broke this down from. I don't have any other information. Obviously, BJC in the area too gets a lot of hype, but those are the Forbes highlighting medical centers that scored highly on the patient outcomes, best practices, financial value, and patient experience. Yeah, so congrats to those hospitals for sure from that standpoint. 6:12 on a Tuesday morning, December 30th. Hope you guys are ready to jump in with us today. Once again, you can always do that on X, Facebook, and YouTube. That's where we are. We're on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Like, subscribe, share the show. Let us know everything that you have going on with the show. In your world, what are you guys up to today? What are you up to this week? What's happening in your nooks and crannies? Any news, any people that need to be promoted? We love to do that as well. We say thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching us as we come in here each day and do what we do. What are things are happening? Jump in, let us know. The phone number as well, if you want to do that, 855-282-8255. You've also got Hot Take Central 2.0, which follows us each day, Monday through Friday. That is with Cam Jansen, the former Blue and Cardinals broadcaster, Jim the Cat Hayes. On Tuesday, you've got the Grit Show with Jennifer Bardot. That's from 10 to 11. And then from 11 to 1, it's Charlie Tuna and his posse. We, by the way, are here through tomorrow. And then we won't be here Thursday and Friday for this show. And then we'll kickstart the week back off, or the month, that is, 2026, right after that. Anything highlighting you? What do you mean? What are you looking at me like that for?
Because it's crazy.
What's crazy?
It's about to be 2026, 2025.
Oh, yeah, it is.
So fast. And I don't know. Now that I'm looking back, 2025 was actually a pretty decent year for me. It was all right.
Well, I mean, uneventful maybe. I don't know. It all depends on each person.
Yeah, it does. Because the first half was really eventful. I graduated, but like
good for you.
But then
good
like
for you.
Now moving forward, I like it though. I like being more in the workforce and stuff and working.
Well, you're here now. Welcome.
Yeah.
Now you get to pay bills.
Yeah.
Or pay more bills.
Yeah, pay more bills. You know, a lot more responsibility though. I like it. But yeah.
So it is 2025 coming to an end, and we all look forward to 2026. What are you doing? Do you have plans tomorrow night? Did you decide yet what you're up to? Anything from that standpoint?
I don't know. I may take a trip somewhere like.
Trip tomorrow night? Last second? What do you mean trip? Like driving somewhere?
Yeah, I may like drive somewhere. Like I don't know, or just go out. But I don't really do anything on New Year's.
Okay,
so,
that's what. Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I could care less whether anybody's doing something or not, but then it's like if you don't go out, there's no need to rip people who do.
Yeah.
Because I hear, well, it's for the amateurs. I hear people, it's for the amateurs. Okay, fine, whatever. Be you, do you. It doesn't matter if you go out. If you stay home, great. If you go out, great. Whatever you're doing, just be happy, be positive, and be safe, whatever you're doing. And not just on New Year's Eve, but all nights. Sometimes I feel like people don't have plans, and then they'll rip others. It's like, just leave them alone, whatever. If they're going out, they're going out. Okay, great. That's for the amateurs. Okay. You haven't heard that yet, but you will. And maybe you have heard that.
I've heard it, but I don't understand it. Because it's like, who would not want to go out on New Year's Eve?
No, I agree. Some people are just like, hey, here's the thing. Some people
if you
like a nice dinner, if you're married.
Yeah, like,
hey, you can go have a nice dinner. If you drink, you have a drink or whatever. Enjoy the time for there. It's good and it's fine. I would rather be doing something than sitting alone or sitting doing nothing, but it all depends on the person. That's what it gets down to. So, and there's certainly some things that people can do as well when it comes to New Year's Eve in the St. Louis area. Do you have plans? We were talking about that. To each their own. There's some college football on today as well. You've got a bowl game at 1:00. Coastal Carolina taking on Louisiana Tech. That's in the Independence Bowl down in Louisiana. A 6-6 Coastal Carolina team. Louisiana Tech 7-5. Then at 4:30 today, the Battle of Orange, Tennessee and Illinois. Tennessee 8-4, Illinois 8-4. That should be an interesting matchup. Tennessee, by the way, is favored by 3.5 points in that game. That's in Nashville, Tennessee, for the Music City Bowl game. It's a fun bowl. And then an interesting matchup tonight at 8 p.m. on ESPN. USC. They finished the year ranked 16th, and they're taking on TCU, who's 8-4. But TCU's quarterback hit the transfer portal, and I don't think he's playing in that game. Hoover, he's a really good quarterback. Love to see him at Mizzou, but he's listed. I mean, he had a really good year. I mean, more interceptions than what he wanted, but 8-4 TCU, USC. USC's favored by 6 in that game. So They'll get that going on from that standpoint. We'll see what you got. Also, um, last night the Blues played, and this Blues team, I'm trying to figure it out. They had a chance to get back to 500.
Wait, weren't they up?
They were up. Well, they were down 1-0.
Yeah, they were up, right?
Then they were up 2-1.
Yeah.
Then they were tied 2-2. Then they were down 3-2, and then they gave up an empty netter at the end of the game. But they were fortunate to be up when they were up because they did not have. I think they only had 18 shots the entire night. Buffalo beats the Blues. Final score there was 4-2, and they just peppered Joel Hofer with shots. 33 shots. It almost doubled the shot total that the Blues had. So they won their 9th straight NHL game. One of those St. Louis Blues runs from 2015 or from last year. So they win. Their goalie was pretty good. Jimmy Snuggerud and Braden Shin scored for St. Louis. Hofer did make 30 saves. Blues lose. And the other thing about it is they had a chance to get back to 500. They could have been 16, 16, and 8. Instead, they are now 15, 17, and 8. They have not been 500 since the 7th game of the year. And that's fine. But here's the thing. They have 38 points. And they're battling with like 6 other teams for like 2 playoff spots. They're out just by 5 points now? They're very close. They're all right there for the final playoff spot. And it appears as if that's what the Blues will be doing for the rest of the year. They are 3-2-1 in their last 6. So that puts them in a better situation. But here's where it gets really difficult. They've got Colorado on Wednesday night at Colorado. And Colorado has been really good. Like best good. like the Wings lead their division over in the Eastern Conference. They have 49 points. Carolina in the East has 51 points. And then you look at the number 1 team in the NHL, Colorado, 65 points. Colorado is having a miraculous year if you have not looked. When's the last time you saw an NHL hockey team through 38 games be 29-2? 29-2. They've got 7 ties. They're 29-2. A hockey team. And if that wasn't enough, at home, they haven't lost. Undefeated. They are 16-0-2. That is just phenomenal. 16-0-2. They've played 18 games at home this year and they haven't lost. I mean, put that into perspective. Record breaking. So the Blues go from playing or skating with Buffalo, who had won 8 straight. They beat the Blues, so that's 9 straight. Now they go and skate with Colorado, who's also won 8 straight. So you get Buffalo and Colorado back to back. That is a big task for the Blues. That's why last night's game was so important. I was like, damn. But the Blues also get a chance to come back on Wednesday and play that game against Colorado. So we'll see where that goes. But then it's interesting because this weekend, how about this? You got Friday, Saturday games back at Enterprise Center. 2 p.m. Saturday game, 3 p.m. Sunday game. You've got Vegas on Saturday. And that's another. Vegas is 17-9-11. They're very good, but at least you get them at home. And then the next day on Saturday, a 3 p.m. game, you've got to skate with Montreal. Montreal is very good. This may be the toughest 3-game stretch that the Blues have all season when it comes to the teammates, the talent that they're playing, the competition level. Those things are all there. That's pretty tough. And they had a chance last night to get some of that stuff done, but they didn't. Colorado, that is just blows my mind. So you're looking, the Blues now are 15, 17, and 8. They're 40 games in. Literally one more game Wednesday, you're at the halfway point, which is 41 games. So you've seen what the Blues are. And now you decide, okay, what are they going to be able to get done? Here's the other thing. The Blues started Hofer last night. I'm not saying that, and I brought this up yesterday morning. I'm like, it'll be interesting to see if they bring Hofer to give him the start again, meaning Bennington has over a week off. Hasn't been playing. But he's the hot hand. He's the guy they're giving the starts to. And believe it or not, I thought he played well again last night, despite giving up 3 goals on 33 shots. He saved some other just point blank shots. I mean, outstanding. Buffalo just peppered him. So we know Bennington will be there when they need him, but it is interesting to have a guy like Bennington sitting on the sidelines for over a week now. And the next chance that Bennington would get a chance to start would be Wednesday in Colorado, and he'll probably get that start. And he will have had not quite a week and a half off, but over a week. It's the first time in his career, I think, where he's had that much time off without being injured. So Hofer has been the guy that the Blues have gone to.
And wasn't Hofer like playing like super duper bad in the beginning?
He was terrible. Worst goalie in the NHL for the
terrible.
first his starts. And then he turned it around.
Yeah.
He looked, I was watching last night. There was a stretch in the beginning of the third period. He stopped 3 point blank shots. And I'm like, those are dominant opportunities, scoring opportunities. And he played well. So he keeps answering the bell. Of course, we know who Jordan Bennington is and what he has done. And we love him. And we'll see what he can get done. And maybe that's good. Give him a totally rested Bennington going to Colorado on Wednesday night. Maybe that'll work out well for Monty. Jim Montgomery, of course, that is the Blues head coach when it comes to what they're trying to do. And keep it in fresh, because we know that will not be an easy task. And I already told you why they're off to a historically positive, good season. And that's been a very good team for years already. I'm jealous. I wish we could get a team like that could dominate like that in St. Louis. Colorado has just done very, very well when it comes to they got superstars. The Blues don't have any superstars. The closest thing the Blues have had to a superstar is Bennington. That's the closest. They don't have a, quote, star player. They have a lot of nice pieces, and then if nice pieces don't continue to be nice, then it's a real big issue. But once again, 15, 17, and 8, 38 points. And they're playing some dominant teams right now. So let's see what they get done. I mean, it's a tough road that's coming up for them with these games. But now they're starting to get their full complement of players back. Hugh Suter's out for a little bit now. They have dealt with some injuries. Now you just got to find a way to get through it. Find a way to keep battling. Find a way to get into the playoffs, because it is going to be ultra competitive coming down the stretch in regards to what we see from that team. By the way, we are Arch City now. We are here Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. Glad you guys are with us each day talking St. Louis stories, news, sports, headlines, national headlines, whatever the case may be, things making news, whatever the case may be. Hot Take Central 2.0 follows us Monday through Friday. They join and come into the studio from 8 to 10 o'clock. Always good to catch up with them as they got their shows going on. The former Blue Cam Jansen and Cardinals broadcaster Jim the Cat Hayes. So we've got that coming up today when we come back. NFL action. One more week left, boys and girls. One more regular season week left. Most of the picture's set in stone. Some of it's not. And then, of course, guess who most of the money in Vegas was on last night? In the NFL. It was Rams and Falcons. Most of the money was on the Rams giving up the points. Guess who won? The Atlanta Falcons. Once again, Vegas wins. If there's a way to find out, if most of the money, most of the time, is on a team, they don't win. Vegas wins. It blows my mind. Last night, if the Rams would have won and covered, Vegas would have taken a massive hit. But guess what? They didn't. Again. Over and over, week after week, month after month, year after year. The same stuff happens. This is why I wouldn't even think about betting the NFL. I don't. Super Bowls are fun for me. Maybe some prop bets and things like that. But we'll get into that game when we come back from that. Plus the local news stories, the headlines, and some New Year's Eve events that are going on. So we are Arc City Now. Producer Rise here. I'm Vic Faust. We are your Lou Information Station, and we are live and on demand at louinfo.com.
This whole situation is getting out of control. This is Mizzou wide receiver Kevin Coleman Jr. And I'm Mizzou linebacker Josiah Trotter. When we hit the field, we have each other's back. And off the field, we got James Carlton and State Farm covering us.
Thanks, fellas. Nothing beats college football season, and nothing beats saving money. Just by getting a quote from our office and mentioning Mizzou, we'll make it a mission to support Mizzou's will to win push on your behalf. No strings attached.
So you're supporting the team just by checking your rates. Does it get any easier than that? It's so easy. Check them out online at carsinsurance.net. MIZZOU.
St. Louis sports fans, now you can go deeper with STL Sports Central Insiders. Get exclusive access to Bernie Nicholas, Randy Parker, Mike Claiborne, Jamal Mayers, and more. Plus, your chance to watch a Blues game in the alumni box with Jamal himself. Also, monthly giveaways, Bernie's columns all week, and you'll be supporting local sports media. Join now at stlsportscentral.com.
LiveInfo.com news headlines brought to you by Brown Improvement and PC.com.
This is your LiveInfo.com news update. As St. Louis prepares to hold a special election to replace Houston Sheriff Alfred Montgomery, who is in jail facing federal charges, the city's former longtime sheriff, who lost last year's election, is interested in taking back his job. Martin Benn said he plans to apply for candidacy in the special election for St. Louis Sheriff on March 6th. Charged with murder after police say he killed his grandmother and stabbed her 2 dogs in St. Louis County over the weekend. Ronald Alred, 37, was charged with first-degree murder, armed criminal action, 2 counts of animal abuse, and 2 counts of resisting arrest. Fanny Alred was found dead around 11 a.m. Sunday. She'd been stabbed 6 times in the head, chest, and neck. The 2 French bulldogs are expected to survive. More sad news for NASCAR. Father of NASCAR driver Denny Hamlin has died in a house fire in North Carolina. The fire happened around 6 p.m. Sunday at a home in Gaston County. Dennis Hamlin died in the hospital. Hearing that Hamlin was taken to Winston-Salem. For the Live Information Station, streaming 24/7 at liveinfo.com. I'm Sandy Connor.
Now,
I'm Sandy Connor.
presented by STL Sports Central. St. Louis sports, anytime, anywhere.
Here's your LouInfo.com weather update. Some cloud cover today. We will stay a little on the cool side with mid-30s. Overnight clearing up and rookie upper 20s. A mix of sunshine and clouds and low 40s coming up for Wednesday. Our New Year's Day looks pretty good. Some sun and some clouds. We'll get about 40. It'll be cloudy on Friday. I meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Loon Information Station, streaming 24/7 Loon Info.
What do you say, buddy? Man, life comes at you fast. 1 minute you're cruising home, the next flashing lights in your rear view. And that's when you need backup. With the Legal Buddy app, you can connect to a local attorney in seconds. Not waiting days for a callback? Nope, right away. DWI, car accident, criminal charge, traffic ticket, Legal Buddy's got your back. So it's like having a lawyer in your pocket. Exactly. Someone ready to step in the moment you need them, no matter the situation. That's peace of mind. That's Legal Buddy.
We're always gonna be buddies, right?
All right, where do I get this? Just download the Legal Buddy app at LegalBuddyApp.com. Register and use code LEGAL for your chance to win a $250 Amazon gift card. Nice. Tickets, accidents, legal trouble, you're covered. The Legal Buddy app, always on your side. Download it today. Enter code LEGAL for your chance to win a $250 Amazon gift card.
Is diabetes
One
keeping you
minute.
from enjoying life's special moments? At U.S. Med, we understand the challenges you face, and we're here to help.
With US Med, I can finally manage my diabetes without it managing me.
U.S. Med offers a wide range of services to simplify your diabetes care. Personalized care plans, convenient access to cutting-edge diabetes tech, and knowledgeable support. Plus, we'll check your insurance, so your diabetes care may be covered at little or no cost to you.
With US Med, I feel confident and control of my diabetes. I can finally live my life to the fullest.
Don't let diabetes hold you back. Choose U.S. Med and experience better birthdays, better adventures, better anniversaries, and better everything. Call now. U.S. Med. Better service, better care. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. That's 800-891-6335.
Back to more of Arch City Now with Vic Faust on the Loon Information Station, streaming 24/7 at LuinFo.com.
Hey guys, welcome back into this show. It is 6:35 on a Tuesday morning. December 30th is our day today. Hope everybody's up and at it, doing all right this morning. We wake you up, St. Louis. I don't know if many people are out working this week or not. Not that you can just take off from jobs, but some jobs are different than others. Some you can work from home. Some you don't have to go into the office. You know what I'm talking about. Some you do. And some people are on vacation, but it is that weird time of year where you really don't know what day it is. Seriously, it's one of those things. It's always that week from Christmas to New Year's, and then depending upon what day of the week it is, which really puts you in a weird, I don't know, it's put me in a weird mind. It's like, where are we? What day is it? What are we doing? Where are we going? Those sorts of things. But anyway, that's where we kind of are. 6:36 now on this Tuesday morning. Talked a little bit about the Blues in the first hour in regards to where they are. We'll catch back up with them in the 7 o'clock hour. The NFL is kind of a very interesting thing to try to figure out right now because there are so many NFL fans, number one sport in America. But the Rams, oh yeah, they lost last night. It's like, what? And I know that's your team. I'm not trying to dog on them. It's just like, oh, the Rams are so dominant. They freaking went and lost to Atlanta. Do you really think they're a Super Bowl contender? Hell freaking no. If you go to Atlanta and get beat by the freaking Falcons, you're not a Super Bowl contender. I love Stafford. I love their team. They shut down Puka last night. Now, granted, there was a bad call at the end of the game. Once again, the NFL and their officiating screwing things up. Puka Nacua made one of the most amazing catches I've seen in a long time. A one-handed grab on the sideline. It should have been a catch. They reviewed it and still said it wasn't a catch. Thank God the announcers had the cojones to at least call it out. Something needs to be done in the NFL. I don't know what can be done, but when all of us as fans see what truth is, and the NFL still says, nope, no catch, and we continue to see this on a weekly basis. It's like, what is going on It's not a conspiracy theory, I'm telling you. The NFL is dictating outcomes. The referees are dictating outcomes. There's a lot of gray area, and I think it's a problem. The problem is the fact that the NFL ratings are still good. And then we find out, and I'm going to take you in the Wayback Machine to the beginning of the year. Do you remember the NFL? Oh, shoot. Hold on. What is going on here? Something happened with my phone. Sorry. The game with the Lions and the Chiefs earlier this year, producer Rye. First drive of the game, the Lions go all the way down the field, stuff it in the Chiefs' face, and they run a trick play where they throw a little out pass to Jared Goff, who catches it and he runs in for a touchdown. Then they say, no, you can't have that. You started under center, so you can't go over and catch a pass and get a touchdown. Big controversy, replay for 5 minutes. The officials came and told Dan Campbell, the head coach of the Lions, oh, New York says that it's not us, it's New York. New York says that play didn't count. And it's a game the Chiefs ended up beating the Lions, and the Lions needed that touchdown to start the game off. Lions got screwed. So now it comes out, guess what? The NFL says they never said that wasn't a touchdown. That comes out this week. Detroit filed a grievance, and then the NFL said, no, we never did. The NFL officiating crew did. Week after week, month after month, I give you more and more examples. Now, here's the thing. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch it, just like the WWE. It's scripted, okay? It's fine. But you have to know what it is. The NFL cannot act like everything is just normal by chance. And there's no way they can continue to have this many wrong calls just by chance. It's not coincidence. I wasn't born yesterday, and neither were you. So that was just one instance with the Lions. And then you have last night, Puka Nacua and the Rams totally getting screwed on an amazing catch that was clear as day on video. And it's the most popular sport in America. Do you feel that there are games and whenever and all the money, the majority of the money last night were on the Rams giving up the points to beat the Falcons. But somehow, some way, here it happens again on a primetime game. The team that would have taken a lot of money from Vegas does not win.
And the team that's already in the wild card as well. Like they're already in the playoff too.
What do you mean?
Like the Rams are already in the playoff. They win or lose, they're already in the playoffs. So like
no, but then that would make it seem like they didn't care. Because they have nothing to play for. I don't understand your point.
I thought you were like,
no, the Rams are already in.
Yeah.
But as what you're saying. But the Rams could have finished 12-4 last night.
Yeah.
They're fighting for playoff positioning.
But never mind. Yeah, I heard that wrong.
So I mean, as of right now, after last night, the Rams are the sixth.
Yeah.
They're fighting with the 49ers. They needed that win last night. The Rams did, to have a better positioning for the playoffs. The 49ers are the fifth seeded team.
Oh, and they'll play.
The Rams are the sixth. Correct.
Okay.
So that's another reason why it hurt the Rams. So at this point, the Rams would be going in as a sixth seed. So the whole point is, if you watch an NFL game, men, women, boys, girls, whatever, do you really trust what's going on? Are the officials and the officiating just that bad that they don't care? I'm just telling you right now, I don't believe in this chance stuff happening. There's too much money involved. Money is the root of all things, and money is the root of all evil. And if there's money involved, you better believe there's going to be positioning and dictating of certain things going on, and it's happening. Day in, day out, week after week, month after month, year after year. I just wish it was legit. There's too many darn calls that are not done correctly, that are costing teams, costing games, costing money, costing fan bases. And it's because of Vegas. Literally. And it's not just one of those things you say callous and throw up, but there are facts. There are examples, and I was showing you another example last night. of what happens year after year. And you get enough of what's real to believe, yeah, this isn't rigged. This isn't a joke. This isn't theater. This isn't scripted. And then you get these things that happen every now and then. You're like, huh, okay, there it is. Once again, no way in hell Puka Nacua. And that would have kept the drive going for the Rams last night. They were only down by 3. You being a Rams fan. Me, I could care less about the Rams. I like Stafford. But it was still wrong. Absolutely wrong what happened to them last night. And it's also interesting because they were competing. Right now, your number 1 seed in the NFC is the Seattle Seahawks. Number 1.
Crazy.
Number 2 is the Bears. I mean, your literally first round playoffs would be this. I mean, obviously Seattle gets the bye. Bears and Packers. Bears is the 2 seed, Packers is the 7 seed. And if I'm the Bears, I want no part of the Packers. Yes, you beat them the last time you played, but the Packers beat you up in that game. You had a miracle at the end of the game to win that. Then you have the 6 seed Rams and the 3 seed Eagles playing each other. Earlier in the year, the Eagles beat the Rams.
Rematch of last year, too.
And a rematch of last year. And the other matchup, this is Carolina 4, San Francisco 5.
I'm not gonna lie. That's why I think this stuff is scripted too now, because it's like a rematch of last year for the Rams. That's what I was about to say. And then like, it's just weird. A lot of weird stuff has happened this whole season. Ever since you
last year, the year after, and then when you become quote enlightened, you'll notice things. Not that you're quote looking for things, but you'll notice them. I don't want to notice them. I want things to be legit. The good thing for me is the fact that in college football, outside of a few, do not ever bet the Bahamas Bowl. Go back and look what happened the last 2 years down in the Bahamas. And if you're not familiar, there are a lot of offshore gambling places in the Bahamas. Look at what happened the last 2 years at the Bahamas Bowl. Absolutely, one team has been up by a huge amount in the fourth quarter, and then all of a sudden everything changes. Do not ever bet the Bahamas Bowl. Stay far away. Outside of me seeing what's happened at the Bahamas Bowl, college to me still seems like it's way more legit. Way more. The NFL, hell freaking no. And it makes me question everything. I'm always, what's the storyline? What's the script? Why this? Why that? Now, in the AFC, I mean, who would have thought when the season began, the Seahawks and the Broncos would be your number 1 seeds in each conference?
And the Bears are 2 seed, right?
Yeah, and then in the AFC, and the Patriots. So in the AFC, Patriots and Bills first round matchup as of right now, 2 seed versus 7 seed. That's awesome. Then you've got the Jags as the 3 seed. Jacksonville right now is the 3 seed, and the Chargers as the 6 seed.
That's what we think.
And right now, the Steelers and Texans. Steelers 4 seed as a division winner, and the Texans.
I know your script is just waiting, man. I know the Ravens are going to win this weekend.
There you go. I was like, well, where's the Ravens? Where's Lamar? Oh, they'll win this week. So they play. Don't they play? The Ravens play
The Steelers.
Okay, and it's going to be for the
division.
And isn't it interesting how that is all of a sudden going to be for the division?
That's
and
what
if the
saying.
Steelers would not have beaten the Lions 2 weeks ago in a very controversial game with some weird calls against the Lions, Brad Holmes, the Lions GM, is already petitioning again. This game would not have meant anything for the Steelers and Ravens in the final game of the year. The Ravens would have already been first, because if they would have finished tied, the Ravens would have had the tiebreaker. But there's no scripts.
It's weird.
There's no scripts at all. Once again, the NFL strikes, but do you care? I'm like, whatever. I just couldn't figure out the Bills-Eagles ending the other night either. The Bills decide to go for it on 2 at the end of the game, and Josh Allen, one of the best quarterbacks we've ever seen, throws a ball that's nowhere near the receiver, like not even close. And I'm like, the receiver's wide open. Josh Allen is open on his throw, and the ball hits 5 yards on the ground in front of his receiver. I don't know. Doesn't make sense. It happened. I'm like, okay, I got it. So anyway, that's my ordeal when it comes to the NFL and what's going on. And then we'll wait and find out and see what's going on or what's happening when it comes to the rest of the NFL season. I don't know what to believe. It just seems a little shady to me, my friend. And who knows? Now watch, after having to get screwed over last night, the Rams will probably go on a Super Bowl run. It could happen. Hey, by the way, we were talking about 2025, and this is our city now. We're here Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. I think the local Fox put together a list of some of the things, the weather events of 2025, if you remember, because it's going to warm up. Yesterday was just downright nasty. Today it's cold, but not like it was. We got some sunshine this morning that'll give way to some clouds this afternoon. It's supposed to be a bit warmer, with the highs pushing into the mid-30s. Then we've got some waves of cloud over the next several days. But it's not going to get over the top cold. I mean, we're supposed to round out with highs in the 40s tomorrow for the final day of 2025. So not too shabby from that standpoint. And then let's think back, when you come back to this final year, I mean, because it was a crazy year of weather. I mean, a very crazy year. And I don't know if you remember me saying this or not, but my side business, working with exteriors, construction, roofing, and so forth, I was talking to an adjuster out of Oklahoma, and he said, most of the storms the last 3 years, most of our time has been spent in the state of Missouri, not Texas. He's like, the jet stream changes in the last couple of years. The major storms have been hitting Missouri more so. Not just St. Louis, but all of Missouri. It was a jam-packed year, though, of weather events. I mean, if you remember, last year, January 4th through the 6th, right out of the gate, we had bad ice and snow, literally paralyzed the area. We had 4 to 12 inches of snow, depending upon you were. Remember that? You forget that, didn't you?
When?
Last year.
During what time?
January 4th through the 12th, what I was just saying.
Oh, I wasn't here, but yeah, I heard about that.
Inch and a half of sleet, freezing rain,
people falling and stuff. And
it was insane. I mean, literally, and there were power outages, schools and businesses were closed for days. I mean, that was insane. That started the year back there. Then Pi Day, March 14th, was crazy. Literally had a wildfire that kicked things off due to dry conditions and strong winds that damaged homes in North St. Louis County. Then we had winds, large hail, straight line winds, tornadoes. 12 tornadoes touched down locally. 12, including a pair of EF3 twisters with winds over 150 miles per hour. Then that was all on March 14th. And that decimated South County, South St. Louis County.
Yeah.
There's homes that are still trying to get back up and repair from all the damage that was done. Then 2 weeks after that, which was April 2nd, an EF3 tornado hit Potosi. That was 165 mile per hour winds. And EF2 with 135 mile per hour winds that tore through Greenville, Illinois. Oh, and then even on Easter, back April 20th, tornadoes and strong winds hit the area. That was mostly in the Metro East. In Waterloo, Columbia, Illinois, Millstadt got hit with winds that were around 100 miles per hour. And then, of course, we know what happened May 16th. The EF3 tornado that started in Clayton and then went all across Forest Park, North St. Louis City, winds up to 152 miles per hour, literally devastated blocks of apartments, homes, businesses, schools, you name it. I mean, that was a 23-mile path. And it went all the way over into Edwardsville, right before the SIU Edwardsville campus. So that was kind of crazy. June was quiet. I mean, there was a tornado that touched down in Wildwood back in June, small one. I don't know if there's no such thing as a small tornado, but it was. July brought the heat, which was crazy. So, I mean, this whole year was just bizarre with weather. Then we had 98 degree, 100 degree temperatures August 15th, the middle of August. So that was getting pretty damn hot. And then there you go, man. So, and then we had 6.4 inches of snow November 29th. And that was a record for the date, too. So 2025, we were talking about it being kind of uneventful, easy. From a weather standpoint, it was a crazy year. Absolutely crazy. And then December 1st, we had more snow. You know, remember the parking lots and the highways? That was insane.
Yeah,
Everything was on back. That was December 1st. The snow hit 3.8 inches, falling temperatures, roads were icy and slow, refreezing overnight. So that happened just 29 days ago. How soon some of us can forget when those things start to happen. But they did. So that was the year, man. That was what was going on in the year of 2025 from a weather standpoint. Let's hope to God, we pray that 2026 is nothing like 2025 because there was so much hit that you can forget about during the last freaking year of 2025. If you guys have anything, if you dealt with it, feel free to jump in on the show, share, like, subscribe, share the show, share your feelings, your stories, the things that have happened, because these were the things that were going on. These are some of the things that were happening. Make you really wonder about what's going on. Make you wonder about, and remember, just appreciating. It's like, oh yeah, we dealt with this, we dealt with that. Oh yeah, we're going to go back and we're going to have to deal with it again. Just a lot going on during the year. So it's quiet. It's quiet for us now as we head into 2026. New Year's Eve, December 30th. But I remember seeing some of those storms, just my oh my. And the sad part is that there are still so many families that were not able to recover, not only in South County, but many more in North St. Louis, North County. The tornadoes that came through, the action that hit, all of that was just insane. Absolutely insane for what we started to see. So, yeah, it is what it is. Hey, we got to take a quick break. But when we come back, we'll get back into the blues a little bit more. We'll get your news headlines, New Year's events around the area. If you're looking for any, we'll talk about those as well. Plus anything else you guys want to jump in and give us from that standpoint. We are your Lou information station, and we are live and on demand at louinfo.com. Producer Rise here. I'm Vic Faust. It's a Tuesday, just before 7 a.m. on a Tuesday morning. The sun not up yet, but I'm thinking it'll be up pretty soon. Maybe by the time that we get on the other side of the break, we'll see how that shakes out. All right. If you want to give us a call, you can do that as well. 855-282-8255. We'll be back with more right after this.
You've been strong for everyone else, but let me ask you, who is strong for you? I am Jennifer Bardone, radio personality, author, and publisher, and the founder of Grit Association, which stands for Growth, Resilience, Intention, and Tenacity. What is grit? Grit is a movement, a sisterhood, a space where ambitious women grow, lead, and thrive. This isn't just leadership. This is transformation. Grit is your circle of fire, where comfort zones get shattered, where stories become power, and the next level becomes your new normal. From our 7 international anthologies that elevate women's voices, to my radio show, Elevate and Lead, the new information station. Everything we do is about your rising, your voice, your power, your people. Are you ready? Join Grit. For more information, visit mygritcommunity.com. That's mygritcommunity.com.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a Medicare 45 non-compatible user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a Med-Age 50 non-compatible user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110. Guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote. Rates available to be verified. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-compatible underwriting exam required.
800-803-1961. 800-803-1961. 800-803-1961. That's 800-803-1961.
Broadcasting live from the J. Randolph Jr. Studios in Kirkwood.
Daddy is out of the cleaning up dump business.
KLIS 580 AL, Mid River, St. Louis. Reports on the information station are presented by Brown and Crouppen. KPC.com.
Where do you think, buddy? Man, life comes at you fast. 1 minute you're cruising home, the next
Got a minute.
St. Louis Button Warehouse. Their low overheating premium American-made products price better than the competition, and the best price guarantee in town will be any local dealer on a comparable model. With over 38 years in business and 400 plus five-star reviews, you can trust they'll be there to service your spot long after today. St. Louis Button Warehouse. Highest quality, best price, best button-up-prices.com today.
St. Louis's new home for the best in sports coverage is STL Sports Central. Find them on YouTube or at STLSportsCentral.com. With names like Randy Carricker and Bernie Nicholas leading the way to provide you with the latest news and commentary on all of your favorite St. Louis sports teams, along with great written content and post-game shows after every St. Louis sports team plays. That's STL Sports Central, online or on YouTube. The Loop Information Station presents Orange City Now with Vic Faust.
And just like this, you get around, you get up in the mornings, and you spend enough time watching through the glass here at our studios at the J. Randolph Jr. Studios in Kirkwood on Manchester Road, and you see outside. And you know when the sun's coming up. I said as we were going to the break, let's see if the sun would pop. And the sun popped during the break. What do you know? We started to see the light of day just like that at about 7:03, 7:03, 7:04. It was something right around that time. So anyway, grateful that you're with us this morning. We're taking you to 8 o'clock this morning. It is December 30th, New Year's Eve, so to speak, on a Tuesday. What's going on throughout the St. Louis community in your neck of the woods? Anything to promote? People, stories from the year, people from the year, organizations from the year. We will accept that. We will take that from you as well. You can jump in on X, Facebook, and or YouTube. That's where you can stream us every day. You can also call 855-282-8255. We like to talk with others as well. We are your Lou Information Station. We are live and on demand at louinfo.com. You can always go to louinfo.com, check out our website, all the programming that we have, the stories that we're involved with, the things that we're doing in the community. Also, check out our sister station, STL Sports Central. We appreciate you guys helping us what we're doing and supporting us and what we're trying to do with this mission about being your backyard station, your station for everything that we have, not only here on 590, but all of our sister podcast networks as well. Producer Rise here. I'm Vic Faust. We'd like to start with some of the news headlines and things that are going on. I don't know if you have plans for New Year's. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. Let us know if you get out and about. If you do, great. If you don't, that's fine as well. But there are some things that are going on, and there are events happening throughout the St. Louis area. If you do want to get out, if you haven't gotten tickets yet, things that you can certainly go and check out and see what's happening in our area for tomorrow night. What do you normally do? I mean, do you go out? Do you go to dinner? Do you try to get a reservation? Do you have people over? Does it change every year? That can change with some people as well. Those things can start to happen. By the way, we've talked about it last week. We talked a little bit about it yesterday. Wheelhouse, I've been around for 11 years. They're closing after their party tomorrow night. You can go to eventbrite.com to purchase tickets for that. I think a ticket, I don't know, I think it was just under $90, all inclusive, depending upon what you guys are up for, what you want to do from that standpoint. No matter where you go, what you do, it's always one of those things. You be safe, just be smart. You don't want to make bad decisions because you already know if you're out and about, the police are doing their job as well to make sure that everybody is safe, that everybody is protected when they're on the roads as well. So be smart. Go from that standpoint. That's an event that's going on. Then you've also got New Year's Eve Live at Ballpark Village. That kind of kickstarts at about 8 p.m. That party's been around forever. All-inclusive premium drink packages. Multiple VIP experiences. There's live DJs across various venues. Guests enjoy themed party favors, a champagne toast at midnight as well. Then they've also got the 360 St. Louis. That's at the Hilton at the ballpark. That's from 9 to 1, 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. You can enjoy small plates, cocktails, and a midnight fireworks display with a balloon drop. That one's a little bit more pricey, but there's quite a bit included in that. Tickets are $175 per person. Then you've got something called the Midnight in Havana New Year's Party. Didn't know all this stuff was going on, did you, Producer Rye? You're not even paying attention, dude. Are you even awake?
No, I'm cutting like.
You're working.
Yeah.
You're working. Sorry, man. That's my bad. I apologize. You're trying to get work done. You're trying to double up is what you're trying to do.
Yeah, if you don't know, there's a show that comes on, Three Lawyers Eating Sandwiches.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cut their podcast to make it put on.
So you're cutting their podcast while I'm talking to you, and you're like, Vic, I'm doing work. I'm not paying attention to
and
you.
I was cutting your stuff. I'm getting your stuff up right now, too.
Sorry about that. So anyway, that's Midnight in Havana. It's a New Year's Eve party live by Lowe's in St. Louis. It's a festive celebration. You say with a vibrant atmosphere, perfect for those looking to enjoy a lively night out. You can contact them to find out more from that. Then over at the Ritz, you've got the Casa Don Alfonso, the Ritz-Carlton. You can celebrate with a 5-course menu with some fine wine pairings as well. That's followed by a buffet brunch the next day. You might be paying a little bit more for that. I can almost count on that. And then, of course, you got fireworks at the Arch. The Arch will be a prime viewing spot for fireworks at midnight, making it a perfect location for a midnight toast. You've also got some family-friendly events at Forest Park. They've got live music, games, activities suitable for all ages. I had no idea Forest Park was doing something. Relaxed atmosphere. Obviously, that's more of a family situation. I mean, pretty much, most of the restaurants in the area, the bars, they offer special menus. They do and events for New Year's Eve. So if you haven't made a reservation yet, you can try. I don't know what your fortune's going to be there. You also want to try to plan that transportation ahead of time. Events will attract large crowds. Parking could be limited. You already know the Uber and Lyft people are going to jack up prices. It's inevitable, right? That's going to happen. Could almost bet on it. So check all the events. There's other things that are going on as well. These are just some of the events that we were talking about. But yeah, there's a lot that's going on. Oh my gosh, I was starting to look at some of the things that are going on. And they start, tomorrow too. You've got Winterfest, the Winterfest ice rink. And people are going, despite it being cold, people were out there yesterday. So you got the New Year's Eve celebration at Winterfest, the ice rink at Keener Plaza. That opens up at 4 p.m., which City Museum, by the way, is open tomorrow at 10 a.m. So there's still lots to do on the day. You've still got like the Garden Glow with the Missouri Botanical Garden is still going on each day at 4:30. Heck, if you want to head over the last day, by the way, the Way of Lights holiday lights display at the Shrine of Our Lady of Snows over on the east side is at 5 p.m. tomorrow. You've got the Wonder Lights Christmas holiday lights display over at Worldwide Technology Raceway across the river. That's at 5 p.m. tomorrow. So you see there's a lot of things that are going. Brendan Irie is over, EYRE. He's over at the Funny Bone Comedy Club at Westport. Santa's Magical Kingdom, of course, over at Jellystone Park Resort. Gosh, I'm literally just going down the list. There's lots of places, lots of things to do. And of course, that's what we're trying to focus on. And we talked about some of the other things that are happening all throughout the area. Lots of places, lots of things to do. yeah, all over the place there. So anyway, hope you enjoy. Hope you get out. If you're doing something, if you're home, you can obviously watch the spots that are happening. By the way, the New York Times, or the Times Square, excuse me, Times Square, New York, the ball dropping. We talked about it yesterday. This year it's going to be a patriotic theme. The ball itself is actually going to be lit up in red, white, and blue as it kickstarts a year, the 250th birthday of America. They're also going to have another ball dropping in Times Square, the first one ever outside of New Year's Eve. That's going to be the first week of July. I believe it's July 2nd. And it'll be lit up again to kickstart the festivities to celebrate our country's birthday, to celebrate America, 250 years of our country being around. So you can sit inside, watch that, see that for the first time ever, red, white, and blue, patriotic, celebrating America as the ball drops. So lots of activities, lots of things for you to do, lots of things around. You guys can decide, obviously, what you have going on. If you do, let us know, keep us posted, and we'll go from there. Hey, by the way, this is Arch City Now. Producer Rice, who I was talking to, I'm Vic Faust. We're here Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. Love it when you guys jump in on the show as well. Feel free to share your thoughts, giving shout outs. We do appreciate you guys watching, liking, subscribing, sharing the show, being there with us as we continue to do what we do every day. The other thing is, if there are stories, headlines, news, interviews, things that we should be talking about, let us know. We'll get that out there. And of course, talk about anything and everything we can. All right. Last night, the Blues. Well, wait a second. Let me get this. I didn't finish out my darn headlines. I was just talking about the New Year's Eve stuff that was going on, and it just seemed like there was a lot. It just seemed like we had that a lot. We talked about the weather, get in from that standpoint. Also, if you guys are looking to get out of town, American Airlines is adding more daily flights between St. Louis and Chicago. That was just announced last night. It's going to be adding up to 2 daily flights between Lambert and O'Hare. That starts in February. It says tickets for the flights are currently on sale. United Airlines, American Airlines, and Southwest Airlines all fly between St. Louis and Chicago. Southwest, by the way, flies out of Midway Airport. So at least you've got that going on. And then I thought this was pretty interesting too when we're talking about the flight industry and things that are happening in the airline industry. Columbia, Missouri, the Columbia Regional Airport has now added flights to Charlotte. So now you can do tickets for flights from Columbia to Charlotte, North Carolina are going to be available next week. So that was just announced that those tickets will go on sale Monday. And that's through American Airlines. Last month, also, Columbia announced that flights were going to and from Florida with Allegiant Airlines. That begins in the next couple weeks. Also, it includes Destin, Fort Walton Beach Airport, and Orlando, Sanford Airport. Pretty interesting. And then in September, back in September, United Airlines returned to Columbia. So they have 2 daily flights to Chicago O'Hare and Denver going out of Columbia, Missouri as well. So a lot of options for people traveling wherever they may be and whatever they're doing. But I found that to be very, very interesting, to say the least. So anyway, hope you guys are up and at it this morning. It's 7:18 on this Tuesday morning. It's cold, not as bad as it was yesterday, not as windy. Temperatures should get back up into the mid-30s today, be a little bit more manageable. Yesterday was just nasty. Of course, you know how that goes. Not a lot of fun doing that. You can jump in on X, Facebook, and YouTube if you want to do that as well. Jump in on the show and live stream us there. A couple other things that we were giving some news and some updates about. Tony's Donuts, by the way, doesn't know if they're going to rebuild their Hazelwood shop. They had a fire Christmas Day last week. And that's the one that's been on Howder Shell Road for about 30 years. They also have a location in Maryland Heights that they say will continue. But this one, they don't know yet. They have no idea how long it's going to take them to rebuild. So right now, they don't even have a foreseeable future date because of the fire. They had extensive damage inside the shop. They said, fortunately, nobody was at the shop at the time of the fire. But it doesn't take long for a fire to ravage through a place. And, of course, the family left with what's happening. Now they're looking at the timeline for rebuilding. Because when you have to rebuild, you have to go through, get permits and meet with city officials and figure out insurance and payment. It's not an easy process, but that's kind of where they're sitting right now. And they, of course, wanted to make sure that the community knew about some of those things that were going on in the midst of everything over there. So it is what it is. We certainly wish them the best. Want to make sure everybody is getting the most out of what they can do there. Hey, by the way, when we talk sports, do you know how much Eli Manning was making? Not Eli, Arch Manning. He was making $3.5 million at Texas, and he had an all-right year. You know, he's coming back. Believe it or not, he was told he would be a draft pick, NFL. I was shocked, but whatever. So he makes 3.5 now. He's going to make. That's when he first went there, but now with their to stay, he's going to be making almost $7 million to be at Texas next year, Arch Manning. So I think I know why he's staying at Texas. He'd be making more at Texas than he would in the NFL. So Arch Manning, and Texas came on strong towards the end of the year. Many thought that they should have had an opportunity to be in the playoffs because they had a better resume than teams that did get in regards to who they beat. But Arch Manning is right at just under $7 million a year to be the quarterback at Texas. Let that sink in for a second. Holy freaking moly. And it's because of his high-profile brand deals. That's not what Texas is paying him. He's got those brand deals. The name, Manning. Kind of helps when your uncles have 4 Super Bowl championships between the two of them, and one of your uncles is the only guy to ever beat Tom Brady not once but twice in Super Bowls. Go figure. Eli. So $7 million. And Texas will be very good next year as well. Very mature decision. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take my $7 million and go back to Austin for another year before I head to the NFL and maybe a bad team. I don't blame you, Arch. Makes a whole lot of sense to me, that's for sure. Yeah, we'll see. We'll get that done. Speaking of the college situation, you've got some bowl games today, people. Bowl games going on, including the Battle of Orange today. St. Louis, Illinois fans. The Illini at 8-4 will be taking the field with Tennessee today. Should be a pretty good matchup. 2 8-4 teams in the Battle of their Orange. Down at the Music City Bowl in Nashville, Tennessee is a 3.5-point favorite in that game. At Nissan Stadium. It's always a good bowl down there. It really is. It's a good backdrop. Nashville's a good place. Actually, it's a better than good place to have a bowl, spend a week, a weekend, some days, so forth. Maybe spend the night in Nashville. So certainly wish the Illini luck as they take on the Volunteers today. Then tonight at 8 o'clock, you've got 16th ranked USC and TCU in a game. I don't think Hoover's playing, though. Hoover's the quarterback from TCU. He's in the transfer portal. He was, I don't want to say he's the team for TCU, but he's the guy. That guy, he's a very good quarterback. He's in the portal. Wouldn't that be nice to see him land in some black and gold, or at least a quarterback like that? So congrats to him for sure. And we'll see where that goes. But that's the action for today on this Tuesday. And then, of course, we already know New Year's Eve tomorrow night, there are games as well. For example, I was looking at some of the games for tomorrow night too, which are coming up. you've got, and it's, I mean, some good games. Here we go with the playoffs. Let me see. Okay. Miami at Ohio State tomorrow night. 6:30 p.m. Miami 10, Ohio State 2. By the way, Ohio State, depending upon where betting service you're going through, that is, let me see there. Yeah, that's like 10 points. Ohio State favored by 9.5 to 10 points over Miami. I don't know. That seems like a big line to me. Just seems like a big freaking line. Anyway, there's a lot of games tomorrow too. A lot of games you can check out from that standpoint. SEC teams in action as well, which should be fun to watch when you look at some of those bowl games. So, and then of course Thursday it's just jam packed with the other 3 college football playoff games that they have for everybody to take a look at. So, very nice from that standpoint, getting that action out there. NFL, wrap up this the sports segment last night. In a shocking twist of events, the Atlanta Falcons somehow beat the Rams 27-24. Guess who the majority of the money in Vegas was on last night? The Rams minus the points. So guess who lost? The Rams minus the points. The Rams didn't even win. Who in their right mind legitimately thought the Falcons had any sort of a chance to beat the Rams last night? None. Come on. Puka Nacua also had what I will call an amazing catch. I mean, he's produced so many of them. He's the best receiver in the game right now. And they called it back. The NFL reviewed his play. And the problem was ruled it was a no catch. But replay showed it was a catch. And the NFL, it's just a freaking problem that they looked at it and it still didn't count. And you're like, okay, here we go again. The NFL with what's happening. And it's like, and here's the thing. Bijan Robinson is amazing. And I hope his career doesn't get lost in the shuffle of playing in Atlanta. He had 195 yards. He was outstanding, literally outstanding in that game. But the problem now is the fact that they lost, and the Rams got humbled. But Puka Nacua had a catch in the game last night that should have counted, and it didn't. And you're like, wait a second, what's happening with the NFL? What's happening with the officiating where they can literally go and look at things and then they still don't find a way to make things right. And it still doesn't work. But congrats to Puka because, I mean, he looked very, very good last night. Very good. And, you know, somehow, some way the Falcons found a way to win and they upset the Rams, which was kind of shocking. So anyway, the problem with it was a late incompletion because the Falcons got away with what appeared to be a defensive pass interference as well. And then Puka Nacua had a one-handed catch ruled incomplete on the following play. And this is where I get really pissed off at the NFL because I like it. It is America's passion. It's the number one sport, number one rated, number one viewed. America runs on football. And then you have the NFL totally screwing up games, either intentionally or unintentionally. And I think at times it's intentional because the Rams were on their way to win that game last night. Very, very, and I'm not a Rams fan, just put it that way. I just want things that are real, things that are just, things that are legit, things that are black and white, not the craziness that we're starting to see right now. Not at all. So anyway, we'll come back. We'll talk some Blues. Get them set for the week. They had a tough one last night. Where they're going from that standpoint. Anything else you guys want to get into in the final segment? It is a Tuesday. It's December 30th. It's just about 7:30. We're glad you're with us today. Like, subscribe, share the show on X, Facebook, and YouTube. You can live stream us there. You can also listen on 590. If you want to give us a call, you can do that as well. The phone number, 855-282-8255. We are your Lou Information Station. We are live and on demand at louinfo.com.
Hey, St. Louis, looking for high-flying action and electric energy? Grab your crew, hit the road, and experience a Grizzlies game night in Memphis. An unmatched atmosphere and star-studded NBA matchups just down the road on I-55. There's nothing like Grizz game energy, and there's nothing like being here with 19,000 new Grizz Nation friends at FedEx Forum. Dive into the action. Follow the Grizzlies on social media and visit grizzlies.com/tickets to grab your seats today. That's grizzlies.com/tickets.
Celebrate the new year. However, please don't take the party on the road. Designate a driver. This message courtesy of GTW Insurance, locally owned and operated, serving the St. Louis area with years of quality and pride. Whether it's auto, home, business, life, and more, they'll find an insurance plan to fit your budget. Call 636-296-9000. That's 636-296-9000. Or visit gtw-insurance.com. That's GTW Insurance. Wishing everyone a safe and happy new year. Info.com news headlines. Brought to you by Private Crewbed 222-2222.
This is your LouInFo.com news update. As St. Louis prepares to hold a special election to replace Houston Sheriff Alfred Montgomery, who is in jail facing federal charges. The city's former longtime sheriff.
What does that lady Gretchen Mendes do again?
She works with it. They have Advantis. They own buildings downtown.
Okay.
Advantis Group.
Okay. Gotta make this report today to like
Advantis.
okay. Advantis.
Presented by STL Sports Central. St. Louis sports, anytime, anywhere.
Weather updates covered today. We will stay a little on the cool side with mid-30s. Overnight clearing out and kept the 20s, a mix of sunshine and clouds, and low 40s coming up Wednesday. Our Thursday looks good. Some sun and some clouds, and about 40s and cloudy. All of the state Hamilton Road information station serving 24/7. In the Fred Metro app.
Man, life comes at you fast. 1 minute you're cruising home, the next flashing lights in your review. And that's when you need backup. With the Legal Buddy app, you can connect to a local attorney in seconds. Not waiting days for all that. No, right away. DWI, car accident, criminal charge, traffic ticket, Legal Buddy's got your back. So it's like having a lawyer in your pocket. Exactly. Someone ready to step in the moment you need them, no matter the situation. That's peace of mind. That's Legal Buddy. All right, where do I get this? Just download the Legal Buddy app at legalbuddyapp.com. Register and use code LEGAL for your chance to win a $250 Amazon gift card. Nice. Tickets, accidents, legal trouble.
Tomorrow, Patrico may do the show and he may do it remote.
Okay.
I asked him yesterday, before I even told you that he might, just to see if he might be willing for tomorrow morning, just because I may have to help my son. So I'll let you know today. Dave approved it.
Okay.
That doesn't affect you in any way, I don't think.
Okay, yeah. Patrico probably has that system where you can just join in. But yeah, you got 45 seconds.
Well, hey there, St. Louis. Good morning. Glad you're with us today. It is Art City Now, our final segment today, 7:35, New Year's Eve. It is a Tuesday morning. Glad you're with us. December 30th. Producer Rye, I'm Vic Faust. What's up? What's going on, St. Louis? What's up in your neck of the woods today, tonight, tomorrow? What you got going on? Feel free to share it with us. We are live in studio broadcasting from the J. Randolph Jr. Studios in beautiful Kirkwood, just off Manchester Road, looking out as the sun is shining. Apparently, we're supposed to have some sun today, getting away some clouds later in the day, and then clouds, I guess, for a lot of the week. Temperatures aren't horrible. I mean, it is winter time, winter temperatures. Not like yesterday, that's for sure. So get out and enjoy if you want. Is anybody working? I mean, are you literally out working? This whole week is crazy. You don't even know what day it is. It always happens the week after Christmas, leading into New Year. And then some of the days after, it's like, okay, so you have New Year's on a Wednesday. New Year's Day is on a Thursday, nobody's working. So then people are taking Friday off. And then you head back into the weekend. It just seems like it's been a long break from that standpoint when the days line up like they do. More power to you. Enjoy it. If you have a family, hang out with them. If things aren't great right now, hang in there, try to stay positive, and pray that the next day gets a little bit better, no matter what, because I know that everybody deals with certain things in their life from that standpoint. Okay, we'll talk about some of the things people are doing for New Year's. If you want to jump in on X, Facebook, and YouTube, you can do that. Do you go out? Do you stay in? Do you have traditions? Do you care? Are you watching on TV? And so forth. We'd love to know from that standpoint. Feel free, jump on in from that standpoint. There's some college football today. We were talking about that. If you're an Illini fan or St. Louis area, Illini, they played today. I think we said 4 o'clock. It was 4 o'clock. Is that what I said? I can't remember. I think it was 4:30. Tennessee, Illinois, 2 8-4 teams, 2 orange teams going at it in the Music City Bowl in Nashville. This will say good luck to the Illini today. And of course, if you're an SEC fan and you don't like Illinois, you may be rooting for Tennessee. Blues last night. Here we go. First of all, they had a chance to get back to that 500 mark for the first time since the 7th game of the season. They coulda, woulda, shoulda been 16-8. Instead, they give up a 2-1 lead. They lose 4-2, and the rest is history. So Blues lose 4-2 last night. The Sabres are a really good team right now. As hot as anybody, as hot as Colorado, that's for sure. Came into the game, had won 8 straight, and did everything that they could to show why. I mean, the passing was brilliant, some set plays. Joel Hofer gave up 3 goals and 33 shots, but he was absolutely peppered, and he saved other point-blank opportunities. He really did. I thought he played well. Thought he did. And it's interesting because he got the start. Bennington didn't. Bennington's had quite a long break now. I mean, I think you can almost bet 100% Mr. Jordan will be in net against Colorado tomorrow night when the Blues go on to take by far and away take on the best team in the NHL. Colorado absolutely rolling. A historic mark, historic season so far for them in the first, 40 games of the year. Absolutely insane what they are doing right now. So Blues had a 2-1 lead last night. Looked good. Snuggerud, Shen scored. All right, Blues could get a win. But Buffalo was just skating and shooting at a different level. The Blues only had 18 shots. That's it. 18. Buffalo controlled the puck and kind of did what they did. They scored a late one, and that was fine to make it 4-2, empty netter. But in the end, the Blues lose. That means they fall to 15, 17, and 8, 38 points. 40 games into the season. They play 82, so there's 40. They're just about halfway through the season right now. Who are they? What are they? I don't know. I think they're still trying to figure that out. And we'll see as well. But regardless of what happened last night, now you have, this is arguably the toughest 2-game stretch, if not 3-game stretch, that they'll have. So they lose last night at home. Now they go Wednesday to take on Colorado. If you haven't looked at Colorado, by the way, they're dominating the NHL, 65 points through 38 games. They've got 65 points in 38 8 games. How could their total be that high? Because they're 29-2. They're 29-2. As much parity as there is in the NHL, you have one team that is far and away better than anybody else, and it's Colorado. They're 29-2-7. It's phenomenal. Oh, and if that wasn't a huge stat enough, like Buffalo, they've also won 8 in a row. So the Blues going from one team that won 8 in a row, now 9, to another team that's won 8 in a row. Oh, but it doesn't stop there. Their home record, did you see what Colorado's done at home? They're 16-0-2. They played 18 games at home on home ice, and they haven't lost. That's just unbelievable to me. Yeah, they're rolling. I mean, heck, the Stars right behind them too, 25-7-7. Not too shabby. You take that. How about 24-10, Minnesota? Blues have they have some dominant teams in their division. We're just rolling. So they've got Colorado Wednesday night. So they're coming off of, obviously, Buffalo last night on a 9-game heater. Then you got Colorado on Wednesday night, tomorrow night, playing a team. They're dominating the league, haven't lost at home, won 8 straight. So then, oh yeah, they get to come back home for Friday, Saturday contest. That'll be cool. This Friday, Saturday, back at Enterprise if people are looking for things to do. So who do they get to play? Oh, you get to come back home on Friday, and you get to play Vegas. Excuse me. That would be Friday, Saturday. So they've got Vegas on Friday at 2 p.m. So you're like, okay, Vegas has been pretty darn good as well. So then you're talking about a 3-game stretch where you have Buffalo, Colorado, and then Vegas back to back to back, which is not very easy. So that game Friday, January 2nd, by the way, and it's an interesting start time. It's a 2 p.m. game. So Friday, January 2nd, 2 p.m. game versus Vegas at home. And then Saturday at 3 p.m. versus Montreal. So you got a Friday, Saturday situation again for the Blues. 2 p.m. Friday, 3 p.m. on Saturday. And then you have Buffalo, Colorado, and Vegas. And we're talking about the standings and how good the teams are. Oh, yeah. Well, Vegas is playing pretty well, too. Vegas, by the way, they have 45 points. They're 17-9-11. And if that wasn't enough, how about the 4th game against a very good team, Montreal? So Saturday, this Saturday coming up, Montreal comes down. They're 20-12-6. They got 46 points. So this is definitely a tough stretch of games for the Blues. Jordan Bennington has gotten a lot of rest. Maybe Montgomery knows exactly what he is doing, getting Bennington ready for some of these big opponents that they're going to be taking on outside of Buffalo last night. But Joe Hofer played well. Stopped 30 shots, 33. I talked about him, the point-blank shots that he stopped. He looked really good. He did. He looked good. So hopefully this is a good thing. You get 2 really good, solid goalies. The Blues need to make their mark. Some tough games coming up. Certainly, right around this time, we're at the halfway mark now. 40 games played. Tomorrow night's game will put them at the halfway point for the season. Let's go Blues. Hopefully they can get some of that stuff done. Back in action that they should be. Are you guys looking for any New Year's events? You got plans? You guys got things? You're going out, so forth, some of those things that are going on. Jump in. Let us know. I'd love to know. We were looking at some of the things that are going on in the area tomorrow night. If you're into that, not that you have to go out. If you are, good. Enjoy yourself. Be safe. Have fun. Think ahead. Get your reservations. Figure out your transportation. Those sorts of things. There's been a lot of emphasis put on New Year's Eve over the decades. It should be that way all the time. Being as safe as possible all the times when it comes to all the events. But there are a lot of events that are going on. We were told about Wheelhouse as an event. You go to Eventbrite. We can buy tickets for that if that's something you guys are interested in. Ballpark Village does their annual party. It's an all-inclusive premium drink package, multiple VIP experiences, live DJs across various venues. They also have themed party favors, champagne toast at midnight too. So that's about 8 p.m. and onwards. Then you've also got Hilton at the Ballpark. That's from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. They have small plates, cocktails, midnight fireworks display with a balloon drop. That's a little bit more pricey. They actually have a price on that one. That's $175. They got a party called Midnight in Havana, the New Year's Eve party. That's the festive celebration with a vibrant atmosphere. It says it's perfect for those looking to enjoy a lively night out. That's at Live by Lowe's in St. Louis. Ritz always does a nice party in Clayton at Casa Don Alfonso. They've got a 5-course meal with some fine wine pairings, followed by a buffet brunch the next morning. I'm sure that'll set you back just a little bit, but a great time nonetheless. You got the fireworks at the Arch as well. The Gateway Arch would be a prime viewing spot for some fireworks at midnight, making it a perfect location for a midnight toast. Also, you've got a family-friendly event at Forest Park. They've got live music, games, activities suitable for all ages. They've got a more relaxed atmosphere for families as well, so you can do that. There's also, you just need to make sure you have your reservations, get the dining taken care of, get your transportation plan taken care of. And there's all kinds of things to do, like activities outside. Winterfest is going on, the Garden Glow is going on, City Museum, others around the area with things for people to do and get excited about throughout the area when it comes to making everything happen. So, hey, to each their own from that standpoint. That makes sense where that would go, and it would be a pretty good time. Whatever you guys are doing. And if you're at home, you can sit and watch. You can sit and watch TV. We talked about it. The Times Square event, you're going to have a patriotic ball fall for the first time lit up, kind of kickstarting America's celebration year, 250 years. So you got that going on too. Anyway, there's some activities. If you guys have other things that are going on, let us know. Jump on in, keep us posted on some of the things. You guys tell us what's happening throughout the St. Louis area. Also, stories from the year. What was good? What wasn't? Looking back on the year, we were talking earlier, one of the local stations, maybe it was Fox, talking about the weather events. 2025 was an absolutely crazy, quotes, crazy year when it comes to weather. And it literally started out of the gate last year, January 4th through the 6th with the weather event. And it literally took us up until December 1st of this year, where we had snow and gridlock on the roads for a while as well. That was December 1st, believe it or not. So wasn't all that long ago that we still had that going on. And that stuff was going on here, obviously, in the St. Louis area. So we'll see where the weather takes us this year from that standpoint. Hopefully people aren't having to go into our hospitals, but it is interesting because several hospitals from across the St. Louis region have been named among the nation's best in a new Forbes list, which was earning praise for patient care, value, hospital performance. And we have multiple hospitals that made the list for the Forbes Top Hospitals 2026 list. And, it's always good to see that here. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services data catalog used their methodology and talked about how they put this list together. When we talk about the St. Louis area on the Missouri side, you've got Mercy, obviously, Missouri Baptist Medical Center, and St. Luke's Hospital. But you also have Parkland Health Center in Farmington. So those are 4 facilities just in the St. Louis area that made the Forbes top rated hospitals list for those certain categories that were there. Of course, the BJC is also an incredible institution as well. And then on the Illinois side, over in the Metro East, you had 2 hospitals, Memorial Hospital in Belleville, and then Alton Memorial, which was also there in Alton. So that's quite a nice honor for those hospitals to be listed in. Congrats to their leaders and their staff and everybody and all healthcare professionals who are working, because there's a lot going on. And when they looked at the list, I mean, you're talking about 160 licensed hospitals in Missouri and more than 200 licensed hospitals in Illinois. That is a lot. That is a lot of hospitals. And of course, everybody would love to be on that list. And there's just so many of them. So congrats to the people who made the hospitals that made that list as well. So that's what's going on from that standpoint. A couple other headlines and news updates that we were trying to share and let everybody know that was going on was the fact that, let's see, people that were wondering, from a sports standpoint, Friday is when the NIL portal opens, meaning that's when players can start to sign with other teams. Missouri may have a big splash in the quarterback world on Friday or Saturday. We'll see if anything happens with that. And considering how quarterbacks and money goes and offers go, you may see some more kids signing quickly rather than later, just like we saw last year with Fernando Mendoza and Bo Pribula. Obviously, if people forgot, Missouri also was trying to get Fernando Mendoza, who ended up going to Indiana. But I digress. It's all right. I think Fernando has had a pretty good year at Indiana. You can't complain with anything and everything that's worked out for him. Hey, by the way, other news. I saw this morning. We sent this too. We love our dogs. We do. We love our dogs. And there's a dog grooming franchise that's seeking to open 2 St. Louis area locations. They are looking for lease space to serve Brentwood, Webster, Kirkwood, and Sunset Hills area. So it's an Arizona-based dog grooming business, Sparkle Grooming Company. The locations will be owned and operated by Roberto and David Garcia. They're looking for some lease space for salons to serve Brentwood, Webster, Kirkwood, Sunset Hills areas I was just talking about. And let's see, they're looking for locations between 1,200 and 2,000 square feet. So if you know your realtors, let your realtors know. They focus on hygiene and salon style dog grooming. And for walk-ins and members, with a membership plan, it starts at $45 a month for discounted services. So they got quite a few things that are going on as well. By the way, we're here tomorrow, but we are not here on Thursday and Friday. Then we'll pick back up on Monday. Tomorrow, I will be gone. I am out. Tony Patrico will be in. So Tony Patrico will be taking over. So Rye, you'll be working with him tomorrow morning. I'm sure it'll be crazy. It'll be wild. It'll be crazy.
Sounds of Arch City, baby.
This sounds of STL taking over the airwaves.
Plus Wrestling on the Spectrum, because I work with him on Wrestling on the Spectrum too.
Really? When is Wrestling on the Spectrum?
Saturdays at 11.
Is that every Saturday?
Every Saturday.
Live?
Yes.
You guys do that right in here?
Yes.
By the way, for a list of all the shows and the content that we provide here, you can check out luinfo.com. Once again, that's luinfo.com. You'll have a chance to look in, check out all of the things, not only throughout the week, throughout the day and the night, but on the weekends as well. We have lots of content that is out there for you. Clearly, Hot Take Central 2.0 that follows us each day is coming up next. That's with the former Blue Kim Jansen and Cardinals broadcaster, Jim McAdays. Then it's Tuesday, which means Jennifer Bardot and her Grit show from 10 to 11 o'clock. And then, did I say something wrong?
No, it's just this thing that's been showing up on my social media that's just very funny with UFC.
Okay, 11 to 1 o'clock. Charlie Tuna and the Posse ready to take you into the afternoon session here on blueinfo.com. And as always, we appreciate you guys jumping in, liking, subscribing, sharing the show, letting us know things that are going on. Story ideas as well for 2026. Jump in with us. If you have advertisers, let us know to get involved with us. A lot more happening The show may look a little bit different next Monday too, as we try to improve our look for what we're doing each morning here on Art City Now, and just trying to enjoy and make this stuff as good. As good as we possibly can. Those things are all there. Also, when we start to think back about 2025, here we are to another year. Time goes fast, real fast. Producer Ryan, I've talked about it the last 3 months. Where did 2025 go? Just making the most of each day in life. It's like you try to live in the moment, but many of us, we think about the future. I do.
I think about the future the whole day.
And it's so hard to live in the moment that if you're always looking for the future, which we're told we need to do, it's hard to enjoy the present and where you are. Because before you know it, it's 2025.
And now it's 2026.
And then in a few hours, so to speak, when you look at a year standpoint of time, 2025 will come to an end. So those things are there. They happen. We just appreciate you guys being with us as we start this and kickstart the things that are going on. So we say good luck to the Blues tomorrow night against Colorado. Illinois today, 4:30. Our neighbors to the north. Good luck against Tennessee. I don't know. I'm torn in that game. I am torn because I like to see the SEC do well, but I'd like to see Illinois do well too. Those are my boys growing up. I grew up an Illini fan, by the way. I did. Grew up an Illini fan.
And you went to Mizzou. I
grew up in they offered, but they offered me at the end kind of as an ad. And I went up. I visited. She liked it, but I don't know. It didn't feel. No, it didn't feel. I didn't feel it. I went to Columbia, and the scenery was a whole lot better in Columbia.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, hello, everybody. This is a great time here. So I fell in love with Columbia, and the rest was history, my friend. So anyway, I still kind of, I've got nothing against Illinois. Not at all. Besides, they've been Missouri's little brother in football for a long time. They're just the little brother.
And apparently big dog in basketball.
Yeah, that's
big
right.
Pawpaw in basketball.
But we don't care about basketball.
Yeah,
I'm talking football.
Football, baby. You know who runs over here.
We don't want to talk basketball.
Yeah.
Come on, Dennis Gates, get us back.
Yeah, it was hilarious yesterday. They had Slayton on, and he was going in.
Oh, let me guess, Charlie?
Yeah, it was insane.
Oh, my gosh, Kevin.
Oh, my gosh.
Personality. All right, guys, we appreciate you being with us today. Have a great day. Stay positive. Thanks for tuning in to Art City Now for producer Ryan, Vic Faust. We're out. Hot Take Central 2.0 up next.